My first guest tonight has graced the pages of Playboy magazine, has trekked through the jungles of Borneo, and is now an enterprising entrepreneur. After hours at TC Restani is proud to bring on the program my longtime personal friend, the one and only Jennifer Lavoie. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Hello.
Welcome to the program, Jenny.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure. You know, we've been a longtime friends. I'll go back to the mansion out in Los Angeles.
That's right.
Now, for those of you who don't know, I guess Doc Brown's time machine is packed out back because there's no way that you posed in 1993. What were you, 10 years old?
I was 23.
You were 20? No way. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up. So, now, correct me if I'm wrong, you were the first girl from New England that has ever donned the pages of Playboy.
I am the first and still only Playmate from New Hampshire.
Unbelievable.
55 years.
55 years, and there hasn't been anybody else from New England, huh?
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
No Maine, no Vermont.
We don't care about Connecticut either. We don't care about Connecticut. So, all right, now how does a small-town New Hampshire girl go from being a small-town New Hampshire girl to the pages of Playboy magazine?
I was actually modeling in New York for an art gallery, and I shot some semi-nudes that were really artsy, and the photographer told me that I should send them into Playboy, and I was thinking, no way, you're crazy. And he ended up sending them in without telling me.
Uh-oh.
So I got a phone call at my mom's one day, and it was Playboy, and I was shocked. But they flew me in for a test shoot, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Now, how is that? Now, how was your family all supportive or whatnot?
My family's really supportive. I'm really lucky. I had like one person in my family that had a little problem, and you know, I just set her straight. And
oh yeah.
But my family's pretty.
A little backhand action, say?
No, it's my grandmother.
Oh, it was your grandmother? Oh, okay. Well, we don't do that.
Yeah. But everybody else was great, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Now how does the process go? You send in the Polaroid pictures, and they call you up. And how soon after they called you were you out there doing your thing?
Well, I didn't realize this until 3 or 4 years later, but I guess they get like 350 to 400 applications a day.
A day?
A day. And they just weed it out, but this photographer had actually sent in photos, and they flew me into Chicago for a test shoot. And that test shoot, you basically shoot like a centerfold type shot, and it goes to Hugh Hefner.
Oh yeah,
and Hugh Hefner is the one. Yeah, Hef. And Hef is the one that actually okays if you're going to be a centerfold.
Now, correct me, do you have one of those little magnifying glasses I've been seeing? Does he actually like inspect it down in the nooks and crannies?
He gets a pretty big picture, and he gets like an 8x10 size picture, and it was funny because they called me on December 24th and said, you know, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We have a present for you, and you're going to be. And then they called me again. They said, I just wanted to let you know that, Hugh wrote great on your picture, and I was like, big deal. And she's like, no, he doesn't. He never writes anything.
Really?
So I was like, oh, okay.
So that even made the Christmas even more sweeter.
Yeah, it was great Christmas.
Now you go out to Chicago. Is that where you did the test shoots out there?
I did. I actually shot. There was only back in the 90s. There was 2 or 3 centerfolds a year that would shoot in Chicago, and the rest would shoot out in LA. And I was glad that I shot in Chicago. Really?
I really don't like LA that much out there.
It's a different type of shooting out there.
It's too hot, first and foremost, out there. Now, were you like nervous the first time going out there in front of other photographers?
I'm comfortable with my body. I mean, I'd have lunch naked. I didn't care. They're like, oh, would you like a
Would you like to go to lunch tomorrow? How about dinner? I think another colonel down there got it.
Yeah.
So now, how long does the whole process take? You're out in Los Angeles now. They must take hundreds and hundreds of photos, maybe thousands and thousands of photos.
Well, when I made the centerfold, I flew back to Chicago, and I shot my centerfold, the actual centerfold. It took 7 days.
7 days, huh?
And all day, like 16-hour days.
Really?
In one pose, and my pose was so painful.
Now, could you reenact the pose for us?
I probably could.
Now, I know it's not as glamorous to people out there, because I've actually been on these photo shoots, and it's like you have to hold these positions for like 10 hours this way, and like, oh, look this way, don't blink, and all that other stuff.
It's really weird. They're so picky, and they just shoot hundreds and thousands and thousands of pictures.
Now, do you get a say in which picture that you want in the centerfold? You don't get that?
No.
Is that Mr. Hefner gets a little stamp of approval?
Yeah, we don't know what they're going to use. I was really bummed because my stuff was all after you shoot the centerfold, you shoot all the other small pictures.
Right.
And I shot mine out in Texas.
Oh, in Texas.
Yeah, good old Texas. They wanted it to look like New England, and it was March, so.
Yeah, Texas, New England. Obviously,
you know.
that's a close comparison here. Oil wells in the background,
Yeah.
you know, phony lobsters. Now, the other pictures that you did, now, you had a carnival theme in your thing.
I hated that.
Yeah, see, I practice these things.
That was the one thing that they actually paid, like, a lot of money. They set that up just for me.
And that was in Texas.
It was in Texas.
Right.
And I hated that picture because it made I mean, I'm little, and it made my hips look like, you know, huge, and everyone was like,
and especially
why
being hanging around all those Connie
picture?
folks. Those whack jobs out
Yeah.
there. So, I mean,
fun.
now the finished product was you on a merry-go-round.
Yes, it was. That was.
You don't even remember you were on centerfold?
Well, I was thinking. No, wait a minute. Oh, the centerfold. Yes. No, the centerfold was.
I just got touched by the Playmate.
Yeah.
All right.
No, the centerfold was actually in a studio. It looks like.
okay.
Yeah, that was. It's a studio shot.
The other
And
things.
you know what? Little thing.
Uh-oh.
I heard that Donald Trump bought that horse that I was on.
Really?
For his daughter. Yeah.
For
I'd
his
like to
daughter?
get it back.
Now, after the Playboy thing, you went on to the Playboy Extreme team.
I did.
Now, we're talking about you were in Borneo, over in, where is that, in Asia?
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Sorry, I didn't get that correct. And what did you, now you were on this Extreme team, like, give us the 411 on what happened over there in the Eco Challenge.
Well, I've always been athletic, and you know, after 5-6 years of signing autographs, it kind of gets boring, and I'm like, I want to do something that's more fulfilling. And so Danelle Folta and I started the Playboy Extreme team, and we started with little races, like 5-6 hour races.
Well, just little ones, just
little
5-6 hour races.
And then we're like, well, the next step we'll do a 24-hour race. Well, Mark Burnett, who everyone knows is the producer of every show that's on TV right now.
Mr. Survivor.
Yeah,
for those
Survivor
imbeciles
and
out
everything
there.
else. He had this race called Eco Challenge, and he called us up and asked if we would be their celebrity team, and we were like, sure, no problem. And it was grueling. I only had people train for 1 year for this. Like, these are real athletes that train for like 12 months is usually the minimum. And I had 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. So I went through sleep deprivation camp, and
Colonel's an expert at that down there.
and I basically just strapped a backpack on my back with 30-pound free weights in there and just walked from town to town to town. Because the biggest part is your feet.
Right.
You get the rot, you know, your feet. My feet, when I started that race, were a size 6. When I finished, they were like 8.5.
Really?
So they were
Now,
huge.
you guys, you were the underdogs. No one expected you guys to finish anyway.
We had people that came up to us when we got there. They were so mean to us. They were like, "What are you doing here? You guys aren't athletes." And we all right, so what? We looked cute. We all had matching outfits. We had matching bikes. But we also had all the press, and they
Really?
were ticked about that because
Well,
they wanted the press.
obviously, you know, Lou Ferrigno's running around a Playboy Playmate, so you think they're going to go? You should have brought the Playmate with you as the centerfold as you were running, and I'm sure they would have moved out of the way.
Well, you know, it was funny because during the race, you see these people, and they saw us struggling and crying, and then we started gaining their respect because, wow, they made it. They made it to this PC. They made it to this PC. And then we finished. And those same people that were making fun of us and yelling at us, they were hugging us and saying how proud they were, and, oh, we knew you could do it.
And what place did you guys finish?
I don't even know what we finished. 78 teams started, only 44 finished.
Really?
So we were just one of the teams that finished.
Unbelievable.
We knew we weren't going to place. I mean, come on, it's crazy.
Come on. Now, and I heard through the grapevine that there's going to be a movie based on this?
Yes. I can't really say too much,
Well,
but
who would you want to have play you in the movie?
I thought it was supposed to be Jessica Alba or Jennifer Gardner.
Really?
But I heard there's 3 girls that were cast for the role.
Why don't you go out for it yourself?
Well, I'm going to be in it. I'll do like a cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A cameo?
Yeah, they have big stars playing us,
Really?
like Cameron Diaz and.
Yeah, she's not that big anymore.
Well,
Cameron
yeah,
Diaz.
I
She
know,
used to be.
big.
But what we're going to do is we're going to go to a big-time commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the enterprising entrepreneur that Jenny Lavoie has become since her Playmate days, and she'll give us a demonstration on what she's doing now. We'll be right back. Yeah! All right, we are here with the lovely and talented Jenny Lavoie, and of course she was a Playboy centerfold, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it up. not talking to the Playmate right now. We're talking about the entrepreneuring, enterprising young woman here. Now, what is this right here we have here?
Well, this is my fabric plant hanger. I know it sounds like a silly idea, but I'm definitely an entrepreneur. 10 years after I was a Playmate, I decided I would start a website. So I started a modeling site, jenniferlavoie.com, and this way my fans can kind of keep up with what I'm doing day to day, and it's been fun. I've had it for 12 years now, and it's been been a blast.
How many members do you actually have?
I've had over 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah, it's been fun.
Unbelievable. Well, I've been to that website, and I'm telling you, it's one of your favorites. You click on it right now. But we're talking about primitive planters right now.
Yes, I have another site, primitiveplanters.com, and what I did was I patented a plant hanger. There's nothing out there. There's only wire or those plastic ones, like if you go to Home Depot and you get a pot, it's got the plastic. So I thought, well, my friend of mine from school and I got together and patented a plant hanger, and it's been doing awesome. We sell everywhere.
Now, I heard a story. You went down to one of these trade shows.
Yes.
And, you know, business wasn't going as well. And then someone found out you were in Playboy. And then I heard the floodgates open and you got all these offers and deals from all these people.
Well, it was kind of funny. We went to one show and we sold like $2,500 worth of plant hangers. We were kind of bummed. And then word got out that I was a Playmate, and we did another show like a month later, and we sold $50,000. So we're like,
$50,000 worth of plant hangers.
So it was pretty good.
Now, unbelievable. We're kind of like we're on QVC here right now. You know, you ask for Tootie at the bottom or whatever that thing was in a home shopping network. Now you sell these not on your Jennifer Lavoie website, but Primitive Planters.
Primitiveplanters.com.
You sell these things.
But we also sell in stores like garden shops.
Really? Now, I heard this. I don't know if this is a rumor, but if someone orders $1 million worth of these things, you personally deliver them?
Yeah, actually only $500,000.
Only? It's half price. It's half act now, $500,000, and Jenny will show up anywhere in the world.
That's right.
With the planters right here. Now, this is unbelievable. Now, you know, other Playmates have gone on to do soap operas and all, you know, other things like that. You never had an aspiration to go to the West Coast, did you?
I never did. I love my family. I can never leave my family, and I think that's like an East Coast thing versus a West Coast.
Really?
And that's like the biggest compliment I get is that I'm approachable and I'm a family girl.
You definitely are approachable. Now, I have one more question. Now, in 1993, you know, who won Playmate of the Year?
Jenny McCarthy.
Who?
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny, all right, I demand, there must have been hanging chads or whatnot because, all right, I want to recount. I know it's been 15 years, but Jenny McCarthy beat you?
Yeah.
How is that possible? Now, who did the choosing back then? Was it the fans? Or was it, who was it? Who was it?
It's all political.
Who was it?
I don't really know the name anymore.
Really?
It's a guy.
Yeah?
No, it's very political, and I could have really been. I actually got a phone call from someone high up that said, "I got great news for you," and then all of a sudden someone else
They
got
saw
it.
the last name, right? They saw Jenny.
No, it was a little political, but you know what? I figured, you know what? So what? I'm going to go on and look at 15 years later.
You're still here, and where's Jenny McCarthy right now? She's hanging around in tabloids right now.
She's doing good too.
You were singled out, no pun intended, Jenny McCarthy. Unbelievable. Now, before we have to go with Jenny, I want to bring over the lovely and talented Sabrina Champagne-Kane right over here. Now, you're talking about your modeling agency. Look at this. Look at this.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
Look at the camera, Sabrina. Hey, Sabrina. What do you think about? Could you represent Sabrina Champagne-Kane?
I could represent her.
Could you?
My new site is going to be jjlconsulting.com.
Right.
It's going to be hopefully launched in February, and it'll help models like aspiring models or anyone in fitness.
What do you think about that, Sabrina?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Unbelievable here.
Only if you'll let me, though.
Can I let her do it?
Sure.
All right. All right. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a big-time commercial break. And I want to thank you so much for being on the program. Sabrina has been working and trying to get you on this program for 15 years. We've only been doing the show for 5, but we've been trying to get you on here for 15 years. So I'm the host of the program. Come here, Jenny, right here. Right here. All right.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go to a big-time commercial break, and maybe we'll be back. Who knows? Bye.